Was I muted? Yeah, that's crazy. So what I was saying in the beginning was that my headphones weren't working and I couldn't understand why. And I was like, wait a second, this jacket looks good. And then uh, I couldn't figure out, but yeah, thank you. Cause I was like, why aren't my headphones working? And the opening videos, I couldn't hear them. And I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? We having malfunctions? What's going on? But I made a nice little overlay here. It looks a little fuzzy for me, but on the TV it looks better. Also, I figured out why my camera was looking so shitty for so long. So StreamYard had my camera defaulted to 480p. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, it only allows me to go to 720 because I don't pay the top tier price yet because I can't. But so I can only go to 720. It still doesn't look that great, but it's all right. Let's look at all the making fun of me. All right. Yep. Let's get that out of the way. But welcome to episode 10 of TY's TV Corner Live. So today we're going to be talking about Super Bowl TV spots, teasers, and trailers. Oh my. The thing is we didn't really get anything. That's the problem. So I said this the other day. I said I was talking to someone and I said that I heard a lot of people dropped out of the Super Bowl this year. Like they don't want to advertise to it. And it looks like that came true because as you can see, I think we got, so what are the trailers that we did get? Let's go through them. I got a little book here I wrote down. So we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I want to talk about. We got the M. Night movie, Old, and we got Raya the Last Dragon. Now those are the ones that I have heard about because I didn't get to watch it. So if anyone has any, I've been trying to monitor for updates to see if they debuted them in like the fourth quarter. But so that's really limited for how many trailers we got. Usually at one Marvel trailer, did they even play Black Widow? Like what's going on? What the hell? I mean, we got one piece of good news today, and that is that Zack Snyder has officially released his date for his cut of Justice League. So as I was talking about, a couple weeks. No. So when they released the information about his release date, March 18th, I had said multiple times that I think the trailer is going to come out on 2/14 because 2/14 was the original cut, right? 2/14, it made sense. And that is exactly what we're getting. It'll debut at 9:14 in the morning for Pacific time. For us on the East Coast, that'll be 12 p.m. 12:14, I should say. And it's kind of cool because we're getting, if you think, so we're going to be getting, for the actual cut, we're going to be getting roughly 150 minutes of never before seen footage. And about, I think it's 4 or 5 minutes of additional photography. We're getting a new score by Junkie XL, who was replaced by Danny Elfman when Joss Whedon took over. So Junkie XL is back doing the score. And if you saw, I actually have it. Ray Fisher and Zach and a couple other people that we know, they were tweeting out retweeting the pictures of it. But basically what it was is it's Cyborg, and he's catching his touchdown pass and hitting the goal line, and it was captioned, to the goal line. Here it is. So on the goal line, trailer drops 2/14/21, 9:14 Pacific Standard Time. I wasn't able to get the actual video because I don't want to pirate anything. I don't want to steal any of his stuff. Oh, look at all that stuff. No porn tabs open. That's good. So yeah, so there was a little video with the Junkie XL score. I didn't want to like download it illegally, so I just kind of took a screenshot of the tweet. But it was really good. I really can't wait for Zack Snyder's Justice League. I was kind of hoping that they would release something today, maybe even like just that clip, and then put on HBO Max 3/18/21 just a clip of Cyborg doing the touchdown thing, because it makes sense, right? It's a football game. It's the Super Bowl. It's Cyborg catching a touchdown pass in a football game. Like, it made sense to play that or repurpose that footage for a trailer, not a trailer, but like a clip, and get your general audience's eyes on Zack Snyder's Justice League, like I said earlier. However, that was not the case. We didn't do that. So that's okay. It's truly okay. Zach's going a different route with the marketing, and we can't blame him for that. Truly, we can't blame him for that. So let's take that down. Let's get my thing back up. And then what else do we got here? What else do we got? So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer, by far the best thing that we got during the Super Bowl. I don't know how many people here are Marvel fans, but guys, it was a dope trailer. Honestly, it was dope. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So basically, it opens up and Bucky and Sam doing marriage counseling of sorts. What? It's kind of funny, I guess, but they're kind of leaning into that relationship between the two of them guys, those guys. So if it works, it works, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Also, we get Zemo. He's not happy, and he wants to finish his work. Whatever that means. His work, from what we could gather, right? From Avengers, not Avengers, Captain America Civil War, is that his work is basically tearing the Avengers apart. So is that what he means when he says that he wants to finish his work? I don't know. We shall see. It is officially staying March 19th. I was kind of thinking that they might push it back. I was kind of thinking that they might do something to get it out of Zack Snyder's Justice League's way, but they're keeping it. They're standing their ground. Sharon Carter, with some badass action. She's really, really badass in the trailer. She reminded me of Black Widow in Winter Soldier, which I thought was cool. And it looks like we're getting a lot of overseas action. I can see, like, or at least to me, it's overseas. I'm not sure. It could be somewhere else, though. It looked like it was foreign, though, and it looks like they'll be doing a lot of traveling. So the shield, Captain America shield, looking like it changes hands multiple times during this series. Or there's two shields. Now, I know what you're going to say. No, I don't think they've recreated it with vibranium, but I do have my suspicions. I think the government does not want either Bucky or Sam to be Captain America. Let me move this because it's getting on my nerves. So I don't think the government wants Bucky or Sam being Captain America, and that's why they grab. That's why they kind of make their own Captain America, and then that I don't think the shield that he's carrying when he runs into the parade, like the football like halftime show, I don't think that's a vibranium. I don't think that's the shield. I think they've made a Captain America who, the shield, I don't think is, maybe it is made of the same material, but it's not the shield. And I don't think so. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that because Bucky has the shield, Bucky and Falcon have the shield throughout the trailer. However, then the government Captain America also has a shield. Is it the same shield? I don't think so. I think that Falcon and Bucky are kind of underground at this point. Maybe not completely underground, but they're not they haven't signed the Soviet Accords, and they're still doing their thing, and they're still kind of they're not trying to be in headlines in the newspapers and stuff. And I think the government creates their own Captain America to portray it, right? Keep the facade up. That Star Spangled Banner kind of hero. So I'm Jack, why don't you just come in? I sent you the invite. Just come in. And Bucky is still technically a fugitive. Fear Jason, March 18th is going to be fire. I know. I have multiple things about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that I want to talk about. I'm going to get back to Zack Snyder in his Justice League in a minute, but I thought the Falcon and Winter Soldier was really done well. I do. I think that it's going to be a good series. The action in the series, the action in the trailers that we've got now is actually pretty good. It definitely has that Winter Soldier kind of hand-to-hand combat. I'm working. I have you on audio. Shut up. But the hand-to-hand combat looks very, very, very clean, very, very badass, and I'm really digging what I'm seeing so far from Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm loving the fact that Zemo is going to get his comic accurate look. I'm absolutely loving. What's the group? Because there's some theories, but I don't know. So the group that has the hand on their face, I can't figure out who that is. Just by kind of digging into it. Caden would be the one to know. He always knows everything, but I don't see him here yet. Interesting enough, guys. Check this out. So, speaking of Zack Snyder's Justice League, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a whole day's worth of content. So basically, we're going to be here all day. Coverage starts at 10 a.m. So be here for 10 a.m. on March 18th. We'll be doing interviews with people from around the industry. We'll be doing speculation. Anything you can think of, we'll be doing it. All day coverage begins at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to bring some people in, have a conversation, speculate, think about, what might be our favorite thing that we want to see is. You name it, we'll do it. Then we'll take a break. We'll watch the film, and we'll come back right after that and review, breakdown, and the whole nine. That's on March 18th. March 31st, we'll be doing a live show from Showcase Cinemas again for Godzilla vs. Kong. So that'll be a live stream. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see what we have in store for you. I'm kind of excited actually for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is by far my fave MCU movie. It's the only one I'll rewatch and show. Looks like it isn't that world style. Yeah, I agree. March 18th is my Super Bowl. I love that. Yes. Look at that. I even got look at matches. It matches the shield up there. But yeah, so we're going to be covering it really in depth on March 18th. And on March 18th, guess what? On March 18th, we are sponsored by Bonks Bar. Bonks Bar. Bonks Bar, if you're in the Philadelphia area, make sure you stop over there. You can get your seafood, your beer, your wine. Their menu is absolutely tremendous. Check out this establishment. So beautiful, so clean, and so fresh. Look at these wings. Delicious looking wings. I would eat those all day, every day. And look, they have celery. Look at that. Not a lot of people have celery anymore. They've replaced their celery with carrot sticks. Absolute heinous crime that should be reported. But yeah, so on March 18th, March 18th will be sponsored by Bonks Bar. It's going to be really fun. So, we have our store open. Check out some of these cool things. Look at that Anime Anarchy themed sweatshirt. I love it. You can get your Pop Culture Corner mugs. They come in all these shirts and t-shirts and sweatshirts and cups. They all come in 5 different colors. So get your TY's TV Corner cup or Pop Culture Corner cup or Anime Anarchy themed sweatshirt. The official store is now open. Use promo code POP920 for 15% off your entire order through the month of February. March 1st, that deal will go away, and only our patrons, who are so far Caden Reed, Nick DePalma, and 2 anonymous people. They're a little older. They don't understand how this works, so they didn't want me to put their name here. But only they get 10% off their entire order anytime they order because they're patrons. So the link in that is below. You'll get a free yearly gift and all that jazz. So like I said, it's worth the money, and you'll get exclusive streams once we hit 10 patrons. So let's look at this again. No, not this. Come on, dummy. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming out. So I'm really surprised they're sticking with the March 19th schedule release because of the Snyder Cut. Now, I'd be interested in the comments to hear your feelings. Are you more excited for would you be more excited if the Falcon and Winter Soldier delayed itself so that Snyder Cut could take that week and be the headlines, and then maybe the next week Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out, and then we have something else fresh and cool to watch? Is it a bad thing that they're coming out at the same time? What do you guys think? Are you guys on board with that? Will you watch both? And the problem that I'm running into is, will you talk about both on social media? Because yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier might be great, right? But people aren't going to stop talking about the Snyder Cut. They're not. And if the Snyder Cut's dominating headlines, right, it's going to be hard for people to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier, or at least be heard when they talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I'm a little worried because I am a Marvel fan as well. I love DC. I love Marvel. I'm a little worried that they're sticking through and headed for it, and they're going to push this out on the 19th, one day after Zack's Justice League comes out. What do we got here? Wow, Disney just one trailer for the MCU. That's what I'm talking about, Anthony. It's a problem. I was surprised. I thought we'd at least have 2 or 3 trailers to talk about. We only got one. Who reported the other day that there was going to be 2 to 4 trailers? Who said that? I was hyped. We got one fucking trailer. What is this? What is this bullshit? We got Raya and the Last Dragon, though. That's cool. Yay. I'm so happy. I guess that counts as 2, so that's technically right, I suppose. They didn't even play a trailer for Black Widow, and the movie's been done for 3 years. Ridiculous. But yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're in marriage counseling. They're locking their knees when they sit down. They're definitely leaning into the chemistry on this one between the two. Carrot sticks. Yeah, a lot of places in Massachusetts, they don't give you celery anymore. They give you carrot sticks. And if you buy wings, I'm telling you this, no person in the world wants carrot sticks with their wings. And you get it. And if you do want carrot sticks with your wings, I don't trust you. But yeah, it's disgusting. I'm like, where's the celery? They're like, oh, there's a shortage on celery and it's too expensive. Bitch, get me my celery. But I don't know. Whatever. Falcon Winter Soldier was the only big trailer. Andrew, I know we're all disappointed here. Although M. Night Shyamalan's old. It's okay. To say this, it's like you need to break it up into segments. Ready? M. Night Shyamalan, his trailer for his movie, old, also dropped. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a banger. The trailer alone messed with me on a scale like the Sixth Sense kind of deal. The girl, she's pregnant. Look, she gets pregnant like Wanda in WandaVision. She just blows up, and then she's telling me her kid was 6 years old, and then he shows up and he's like 30. So something's on the beach. I don't know. I'm pretty interested in it. I'm super excited for M. Night's new movie. Definitely check out that trailer because it was pretty good actually. So I am honestly excited for both. I love both MCU and DCU. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Anthony. Whoever reported that needs to be punched. Yeah, I'm with you. Andrew, I'm with you. Because I paid for CBS All Access $5.99 today so I could watch the Super Bowl, or at least have it on in the background, so that if I heard Junkie XL or if I heard Disney Plus kind of like music, I would turn and look. And then I have my notebook out writing down the trailers. I wrote down 3 things: Old, Ray of the Last Dragon, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is crazy. That's what the pandemic has done to the world, where movies didn't even care. Like, they're like, no, we're not doing it at the Super Bowl this year. We're not doing it. It's not worth paying the money because we haven't made money in 35 years, it seems like, and we can't afford it. So companies are prioritizing, and they're using the internet to market their films now. I wanted to see SnyderCut trailer. I know. Loki, Venom 2, Spider-Man 3. What I'm thinking, Andrew, is that they're going to be slowly releasing over the next couple of days all the things. I think they're going to release them online for the things like Loki, for the things like Shang-Chi. We know that Shang-Chi's been done for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a trailer for that soon. SnyderCut, now we know, is we're going to get it on 2/14 at 9:14 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to get that at 12 over here on the East Coast. So, I mean, we are getting trailers. It's just they're not at the Super Bowl. And listen, most companies, they really don't want to pay the money this year. And it looks like the commercials in general were a bust. Look, Anthony just said it here. All the commercials were boring as beep. All right, so yeah, I'm sure Falcon and Winter Soldier would be good, but I won't be watching it till like week after it drops. I know SnyderCut will be on repeat the whole week. But here's the thing. So the SnyderCut comes out on the 18th. On the 19th at 2:30 a.m. So this is what I have to do that day, right? I'm telling you this right now because this is how committed I am to you guys. So on the 18th, we're doing all day coverage for the SnyderCut. We're going to watch the movie in between, but we're going to go from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the SnyderCut. Then Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out on the 19th at 2:30 a.m., right? Pacific time. And I am joining Nicotina for all the Disney Plus shows. So I am going to be up all day. It's going to be such a cool 2 days. I get to watch the SnyderCut, report on it, do live streams all day coverage, talk with people. We're going to be asking, everyone we know to stop in at one point throughout the day. We're going to ask Lightcast. We're going to ask Garza. We're going to ask Film Junkie. We're going to ask everybody. We're going to get everyone over here. We know that they're going to be doing their own streams, but we're going to get them over here for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 minutes, whatever. We want to see everybody. We're going to be doing the parade, basically, because we earned it and we should be celebrating. And then at that night or that morning, I get to do Falcon and Winter Soldier with Nicotina. Like, this is such a glorious time to be a nerd. I'm so happy. All right. All the commercials. Oh, wait, I already showed that. Man, they really pushed Paramount Plus 3. I'm not sure what that means. But it was cool seeing SpongeBob. Oh yeah, I did hear there was a SpongeBob trailer, a new SpongeBob movie. I'm really not interested in that. So, I hope everyone likes it. So you're going to watch that day at launch time, right? So we'll all finish same time. Yes, exactly. So here's the plan, guys. All right, so let's go through this so that we're at least all on the same page about it, because it is kind of confusing when we say that, when we say all day coverage. Now, I'm going to give you an example here, and I'm sorry to stop the stream. I mean, let's face it, right? We're actually just here to talk about the things that we want to talk about because there was no trailers. So we're gonna talk. And listen, I want to get to Jody's corner. So basically, what I really want to talk about today on this episode, because we didn't get any fucking trailers. Well, we got Falcon and Winter Soldier and old and apparently a fucking SpongeBob trailer. That was like the highlight of the night, right? SpongeBob. Who knew? We're going to talk about what Jody did last night. And the reason I want to do that is because I feel a certain way. I've always felt a certain way about Jody. By the way, producer Jack, Jody is a man. Yes, by the way, Jody is a, so on Twitter, our producer tweeted at Jody by accident and said maybe we can get her on the show to tell her side of the story. I pissed myself laughing. Straight up called him a woman. He's like the biggest black dude you ever saw in your life. And you called him a woman. It was hilarious. But he is an African-American gentleman and he's very large and he's got like a full beard. So to hear you, because I was like, who is he talking about? And I was like, oh, he's talking about Jody. And I was like, yeah, Jody's a dude, bro. Come on, what are you doing? But yeah, Jody said something last night that he shouldn't have. And he really, really took it a little bit too far. And I really want him to answer for the claims that he's making because he does have a large platform. I'm surprised that people still watch, honestly. It kind of hurts my feelings that, you know, we're here and Jody's corner is way up here, yet all he does is spout bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. I mean, he calls his scoops, he calls his speculation scoop. He calls his insider information some stuff that he's been holding on to for a while. That's all stuff he made up in his head, saying that he's talking to Fabian. No, who did he say he was talking to? I'm not going to say that because I can't. I don't know if that's true, but like, come on. And then you're going to take it that far as to say that Ray Fisher used Black Lives Matter to boost Zack Snyder's Justice League movement? You're out of your mind, dude. Are you okay? Seriously, are you okay? What are you doing? Like, you need to answer for it. And a lot of people are calling on you to answer for it. And I don't think you've answered. I don't think I've seen you answer at least. But you need to speak up, right? Tell us what your thought process was. Because the claim that you made, that's not soft stuff. You're towing the line. And I really do hope that Zack Snyder or Ray Fisher sues you for defamation of character. Because what you said, you tried to label them as certain types of people. And you need to answer for it. And I know you might not hear what I say, but you'll hear what Lightcast says. You'll hear what Film Junkie says, right? And we're with them. And I'll back them on this play. Because you do need to answer for what you said. Because you're out of your mind. And you can't go. It's not illegal to believe in whack job conspiracies. Let's get that. Don't get it twisted, right? It's not illegal to be a little crazy. But when you have a platform and you're streaming and you know you have an audience, you can't go spouting bullshit like that. That's the problem in the world today. What is this? This is my new favorite channel. Oh, thank you. Sorry. It was Clay Enos. There it is. Yeah. Thank you guys. Sorry. I'm going to catch up with the comments now. Oh, wait. Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Jack. Finally. Oh my God. What did Jody do? I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, I just told you actually. He's always with Andy. Yes, exactly. Jody's corner. That dude needs help. His hatred for Snyder is sickening. He finds the whole Snyder fans are a cult thing and that Snyder told Ray to lie about Hamada for promise of films. There you go. Clay Enos. I don't know why I said, who did I say? Fabian Wagner. I don't know why. That's just the first name that came out of my mouth. But Clay Enos is in Brazil right now. He tweeted and said, oh, thank you for letting me know about the drama back home. He didn't even recognize Jody's name. I don't think so, at least. I saw the tweet. I didn't see Jody tagged in it or anything. But Jody, you need to answer because you make a whack job. And listen, the first time I ever watched Jody's Corner or whatever the live stream is called, I mean, not that I care what you do on your live streams as far as this kind of stuff goes, but they're drinking Hennessy. N-word that, N-word this, N-word that, N-word this, blah, blah. F this, F this, F this. And they're drinking Hennessy and they're smoking blunts. And then there's that one skinny guy. He's dark skin as well. And he's like calling out fans and saying that he wants to, oh, I'll meet you. Yo, DM me on Instagram. Send me your ad. Like, yo, what are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about? You want to fight the fans? The first time I ever watched him, I turned it off. I smashed that dislike button. Not that it matters, but I smashed that dislike button and I got the fuck out of there. Bro, shave your nasty beard too, because it smells. It looks like it smells. Fucking had it with your bullshit. I'm a little aggravated right now. Jody needs to stop. He is complaining and hating on Snyder since SnyderCut got announced. He is such a clown. Yes, he is. He won't care what you say. He'll just think you're... Yep. Listen. In Snyder, I trust and believe. If I'm a cultist, if being a cultist is what I am, I'm okay with that. Because I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. But you know what the thing about Jody is? Sorry, I'm getting mad heated right now. You know what the thing about Jody is he's always talking about the Snyder Cut. If we're all cultists and we're all these crazy fucks, right? Stay off. Talk about something else. Talk about smoking blunts and fucking fighting your fans. Don't talk about the Snyder Cut. Move on. And you know what? I'll watch Grace Randolph any day over Jody. That's saying something. If you know me, you know I dislike Grace a lot. Like, a lot. And I will watch her show with my eyes glued open for hours on end with strobe lights and shit. I'll watch that before I watch Jody's one. Thank you, Grace. I appreciated that assist. But yeah, so enough about Jody's Corner. I mean, if anyone else does, if you guys do want to talk about it a little bit more, I don't mind, because I really don't care about that guy. And I don't believe in cancel culture, but I do believe that you guys, if you guys watch him, you need to stop. You need to stop watching him, because we're giving, and I'm saying we, because I'm one of you, you're one of me, blah, blah, blah. We as a human race are giving him a platform to talk this nonsense on. So if all of a sudden his viewers drop down to 0, all of a sudden he has no more platform. So there it is. And how does anyone know how long Jody's been on the air? How long has Jody been streaming? How long has he been streaming? Does anyone know? Jody needs to stop. He's been complaining and hating on Snyder since SnyderCut got announced. He is such a clown. No. Anthony, way before the SnyderCut got announced. We're talking back in before the SnyderCut got announced. He was already bitching and complaining and talking shit and all that garbage. And, now I kind of sound like him right now. But he got me so aggravated because I didn't watch. I listened to someone else. So someone clipped it for me because I refused to watch his channel. He actually blocked me on Twitter, my personal account, which I don't use anymore. I use the show's account. And he blocked me because he said something. I can't remember what it was, but I called him out back then. I wasn't even a streamer at that time. I wasn't a podcaster or a streamer at the time. And he blocked me because he knows I was right. He didn't have any facts. He didn't have sources to his facts, and he's talking out of his side of his neck. And oh God, I'm so scared. He's gonna call, like, worst case scenario, he's gonna be like, "Yo, Instagram me so I can get your address and we can fight, bro." Yeah, because that's what you do. You fight your fans because you're a weirdo. And what's the other kid's name? Oh, Andy Signor. Do they stream together? Are they like a partnership? Like me and Justice? You're the man, Ty. Zemo is such a badass in the trailer, and he was only in there for like 3 seconds. Bro, Zemo was my favorite part of the trailer. Zach should do Zach Attack on Joe. It's sickening that he accused Ray Fisher and Zack Snyder of using the death of George Floyd. So, guys, here it is. Right? Andrew said it good. Basically what he's doing is he's accusing Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder of using the death of George Floyd and the BLM movement as a way to leverage support for his own SnyderCut movement. All right. Let's bring this back a little bit. First off, tell me how that makes sense in any way. How do you leverage George Floyd's death? Am I missing something here? Is it because Ray Fisher is black and that he was mistreated on the set of 2017's Justice League? Is that what he thinks? Is that why? Because I didn't watch the whole episode, but is he basically saying, now someone tell me if I'm wrong, is he saying that the only reason Ray came out against his abusers was because they wanted to use the traction of Black Lives Matter to boost the awareness of the SnyderCut? Is that what's happening? Because I thought something different, what I thought was still very bad. That's exactly what he's saying. Jesus Christ. That makes me even more aggravated. I thought it was that they were using Ray Fisher as like a spokesperson almost. Not that they for instance, like Zack Snyder said that Cyborg is the heart and soul of the movie. So, I thought he put that forward. I thought that's what Jody thought. Like he was saying that kind of stuff to use the Black lives and the only black guy in the Justice League at the time, for the time being, to kind of produce general awareness. But okay, so I was wrong, and I was mad about what I was wrong about. This is even worse. Jody, you do need to answer. And I know you're not going to hear it from me, but you need to answer for what you've done, and you need to probably shut your shit down for a while. Because from just last night, I saw probably 1,000 tweets about you and your dumbass. So, I mean, God. Jody and Andy do stream together. All right. Andy has been very anti-Ray too. Drip would love them. God. Where are we here? It doesn't make sense at all. He's literally so stupid. Yep. I think they are saying he made it up because of black. Okay, yeah. Oh, that he made it up? See, I took this the whole wrong way. So, hold on. Hold the phone, because now this is serious. This is serious. I got to put my leather jacket on for how serious this is. And it's a little bit cold in here. They're saying that Ray Fisher's lying about being verbally abused or mistreated on set so that they could create this narrative to align with the Black Lives Matter. That way, they could gain support and awareness for their own movement. How come Joss Whedon has been fired from his show, hasn't said a damn word, and hasn't sued Ray Fisher or Zack Snyder for defamation of character? How come? How come? It doesn't make sense. That's why. You're an idiot. What's your source on this? Clay Enos, the guy who I'm pretty sure. So I wonder if Clay Enos will ever say anything about this. Because if he's saying that Clay Enos said this to him, then all Clay has to do to debunk this whole thing is say, no, I'd never said that. And then it's over. Right? And Jody has been on since... All right, so Jody's been on since 2015, 2016. So right around when all the SnyderCut stuff... Well, right around when all the DC stuff was happening. Right? 2015, 2016, the critical... Like the box office success of BVS, but the critical like failure of it. So that's when they started streaming. Okay. All right. So they think Joss getting fired was a PR move. So why isn't Joss saying anything about it? Why isn't Joss saying, why am I getting fucked here? Why am I getting fucked? Like, guys, I never did this. Why isn't he like screaming? If I was Joss, I would be losing my mind. His whole image is destroyed. And in what world is Zack Snyder someone who would do that? Here's the answer. He's not. He's a good person, unlike you, Jody. Out of your mind, bro. Out of your mind. Them dudes ain't fighting no one. They're all mouth. They are all mouth. But seriously, the first time I ever saw them, they were calling out their fans and telling them to Instagram DM them the address so they could go fight them. I was like, I literally said to myself, I'm like, what am I watching? What am I watching? By the way, is the new, I've been working, it's not done yet either. Are you guys okay with the new overlay? I like it. I put the little live streaming thing in there. Like at the top here, live stream. I thought it was cool. And then, so the thing is, I was trying to find matching logos, but I couldn't. So I had to use a couple different styles, which kind of sucks, but I mean, I think it came out good. I'm still new at creating overlays, so I'm still getting I'm still getting used to it. So I created this one from scratch, except obviously the logos, except our logo I did create. So everything I created from scratch, all the little thingies, I put them all together myself, and it is harder than it looks. All right. Oh, Clay did respond. All right. So what did Clay say? Someone tell me what Clay said. Get jacked. They said that Ray was making this up, was coached by Zach to attack Walter, Jeff, and Joss. In exchange, Zach would cast Ray in upcoming films. Why isn't he? Okay, well, actually, that makes sense. I was going to say, why isn't Ray in Army of the Dead then? But, all right, so let's go down the list here. Superheroes should not be allowed to exist. Zemo. Gavin, you're just trying to redirect this all the way back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love it. Yes, Zemo's look is so fire. Wait 1 second. He thinks Snyder ruined Superman, said Man of Steel was a good film, but as Superman, he thinks Snyder ruined Superman, said Man of Steel was a good film, but as Superman film, it's trash? I don't get it. So he's saying it's a good movie, but a bad Superman movie. Okay, I think I get that. All right, here we go. So Jody just this is my producer saying this, so he's allowed to give me updates. So Jody just posted a video a few hours ago called Exposing Clay Enos and Zack Snyder's Plan to Discredit Me. Guys, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Got us united.
All we can do right now is truly laugh at this man. I got to make that clip longer. All Zach has to do is just sit back and say,
yeah,
that's not my problem.
I think a real.
And listen, after today,
I don't ever want to see it again.
I don't want to hear that idiot's name. Guys! All right, guess what? But yeah, so Joe, you know what? I'm going to bring on I have a special guest for you guys today. He's my resident person of color, my friend, and your native.
You son of
Big Drip.
Big Drip.
What's going on, brother?
Sorry, I'm late.
It's all right. You're not late. You came at the perfect time. You like the jacket?
I do.
It's a Batman jacket.
Yeah, I was thinking more Blade.
Well, no, it has a Batman logo on it.
Oh, it does. Oh,
okay. You can't see it. Listen, I figured out why my camera's been sucky lately. Because check and yours too probably. If you go to Cam and Mike,
yeah,
go to your camera, and it says there's a little button that says Show Advanced,
Yep.
and go to 720. Mine was like
720.
oh, okay, yeah, mine was on 420 for forever now. So what we're talking about right now is Jody's Corner. Remember I talked to you about Jody's Corner? And they're the ones that like on their channel, it's like
Yep.
It's like it's like this, it's like N-word that, N-word this, N-word that.
You introduced me as your person of color?
Yeah, because I needed you. No, it's funny because you came in at the very time I needed you. Just so because like now I'm not just some white guy yelling about him, right?
Yeah.
So but what I'm saying,
I've only seen what you've shown me, which is a small clip, but I understand why people get annoyed with that. Like, it doesn't bother me because I be talking like that sometimes. But I think when you get on camera and you're on a microphone and you're trying to make a show and make a name for yourself, that's not very much a good idea.
Odd. Why can't I give money? Where's the super chat? We are not at the point where we can have a super chat yet. We're
angry spend.
but we do have a Patreon. We do have a Patreon program. And that's pretty much how we're.
Cash App, if you really want to give me some money, I mean that's
the link. Yeah, the link is in the description though. Honestly, instead of just spending money and not getting anything in return, become a patron and you'll get 10% off our store. By the way, like I was showing them earlier, Justice. And before we listen, I need like not 5 minutes, but I need like 2 minutes to cool down. And then we'll get back into talking about Jody just to finish it up. And I'll kind of bring you up to date or up to speed on what's going on. Okay. But while we're doing that, I want to give Odd the chance to find that link. And, this is what I got going on right now. So like I said, so if you become a supporter or a patron, you'll get 10% off this store. We have plenty of stuff, plenty of items. All these things come in multiple colors. We have Quick Dip shirts. We have Pop Culture Corner shirts. We got TY's TV Corner shirts. We got Anime Anarchy shirts. We got mugs. We got face masks. You name it, it's there. Look at the white editions. I love the white ones. The white ones are good. I like the white ones. Yeah. But so the link is in the description if you want to become a patron. It's $1.99, 99 cents. The 99 cents is reserved for people that are struggling right now. And then there's $4.99 and $9.99. And then you get 10% off any order. You can join one stream per month and you'll get a yearly gift and exclusive access to podcasts 1 day early. Back to what we were talking about. Jody and his stupid corner and his smelly beard. So basically, Justice, what happened was Jody pretty much advertised that he had like this inside information, okay? And there were a lot of people or his audience that were like, oh, cool, like Jody's got some inside information. Let's go. Let's see it. He doesn't see the Patreon link. I'll get it for you, ODD. I'll get it for you. Just give me 1 sec. Let me finish this. Let's talk. So he hypes up his event or his live stream. He goes on and pretty much says that Zack Snyder and Ray Fisher used the death of George Floyd and the time that it happened and had Ray Fisher make claims against Joss Whedon so that they would have a resident black guy who was mistreated. And they use that. That's what he's saying. They use that to gain attraction from the BLM movement to their movement. So he made that claim and said that Clay Enos told them that. And that is not true. None of it's true. So basically, Jody's saying that Zack Snyder's a racist and Ray Fisher is a takes bribes. And you can't make that claim. You can't make that claim. Unless you can back it up, you cannot claim it.
One that wouldn't make Zach a racist. That would just make him a manipulator. Two, what was that? You told me about a conspiracy theory the other day when we were doing the podcast. What was it?
Okay. Oh yeah, the link isn't in there. Wow, that's crazy. I'll get it for you, ODD. I'm sorry about that. All right. So Muldiversity also said that Sean O'Connell didn't include a lot of persons of color in his book.
Yes,
However he did. But that's not the conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory was that Sean O'Connell was working for Marvel Studios
Yes,
to write the release the Snyder Cut book and trash them and tank them. That is the most. That's like the same thing, right? Like on a level of like, listen, it's not illegal to be an idiot. But if you have a platform that thousands of people listen to, you make it an issue. You're creating problems by saying these things and not being able to back. Listen, if that was a fact and you could back it up, we would take it seriously. But you made that claim like an idiot. And Muldiversity, I had respect for them. And I totally lost it. After that. Because I like Sean. He's catching a lot of flack, but
so the story is
talk for a minute so I can get that link.
Yeah, of course. The story is big enough, right? The whole Zack Snyder DC's run all together. The story is big enough that we're gonna get a shit ton of conspiracy theories out of it, right? And it's to the point, guys, like we can recognize silly nonsense when we see it, right? So what do we do when we hear some silly, absurd nonsense? We point and laugh at it, right? Simple as that. You laugh at it, you make fun of it, you get some couple jokes out of it. Don't get up and on about it, guys. If it really does bother you when people do things like this, remember, just point and laugh, because that's all it is. Any sane, level-headed person can recognize these things as absurdity, right? And just obscure and just pure, unadulterated nonsense, right? And on the same coin, I do that to you, like your hillbilly rednecks that really are racist and they drive around, waving Confederate flags, the whole nine, right? But you just point and laugh, because we know 90% of the things these people say aren't true. Nothing they say makes sense. They're very clearly not the smartest or the brightest. So we point and laugh at them. Simple as that. That's how I look at it, anyways.
Yeah, and it's just absurd. And by the way, guys, someone in the comments sent me a video last night to watch, and I just want to give it up to him. I actually just commented our little buddy here, or our buddy here, Ill Life. Go and check out his channel. He made this cool little theory video on the death of Robin in the Snyderverse, and he definitely makes it interesting. And I laughed a couple, like maybe 3 or 4 times, but he kept me involved and he kept me interested the whole time. So he did make his first video. Head over there, check that out, because he did his research, he did his digging, and the theory actually really makes sense.
Okay.
But Jody does. Yeah. Jody got nerve calling anyone racist. That's right from the horse's mouth. Yeah, Jody is a racist. Like Jody pretends to be like an activist, but in reality, like he calls Zack Snyder fans cultists, and like I understand why. Yeah, he's a clout chaser, exactly. And he's got a dope studio too, and like it aggravates me. But they're always like smoking blunts on the set and like drinking Hennessy and trying to fight their fans, and it just doesn't, like, it threw me for a loop. Did you see that Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer yet?
I did.
What'd you think?
First, is that all we got?
We got three big trailers, right? So remember when we reported the other day that there was going to be 2 to 4 trailers?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we did get 2. So we got the new Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer, and we got Raya and the Last Dragon.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
So I had to. I don't have.
And SpongeBob.
Oh yeah. So okay. So I saw that. That doesn't count though. I haven't had cable in years, so I had to stream it, right? And I had 2 different. I had the NFL app going on my PlayStation on my TV, right? And then I had CBS Sports going on my phone. They both would not stream. I think it might be because we had a big snowstorm out here, guys. We're out in Boston. We had a big snowstorm, so I'm thinking that may had something to do with it. But it kept breaking out, and I wasn't getting it wouldn't stream correctly. So I missed a lot. I had to go watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer after the fact because I couldn't even see it. I didn't even get to see Brady celebrate. I was very upset about that. But
Really?
yeah, I was very upset about that.
Wait, who won?
Falcon, Brady.
Oh,
Ring number 7, baby.
Tampa Bay?
Yeah. Ring number 7.
See, I didn't even care about the game this year.
And
that's the thing.
Looking like Thanos. It's crazy.
Who?
Brady.
Oh, Brady. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying now. That's hilarious. I just don't care about like I think that's so. Why do you think that we didn't get any trailers? Why do you think?
I'm assuming because of Corona.
Right. My theory is that a lot of companies lost a lot of money this year, and they don't want to pay for the ad space for the Super Bowl when they know that everybody and their mother is online nowadays. They could just release it themselves. Why pay?
Everybody will see it.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think that this year changes a lot of shit. This year is going to change everything, right?
Yep.
No one wants, everyone's doing their own marketing.
Yep.
They don't need separate platforms. They don't need, this or that. They just do it themselves and get it out to as many people as they can that way.
Yeah, and it's to the point everybody's putting everything on. I don't know about that. It's getting to the point that everybody's putting everything on their streaming services anyway. So it only makes sense to do your marketing online at this point, right? Especially on HBO's side of things, where they don't even care anymore. They're just putting movies straight to their streaming service. So, I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't see why they would pay for ad space on the Super Bowl when 30 seconds is like $2 million. I wouldn't pay for that either. Not when you got YouTube.
Yeah, it's so crazy how much Super Bowl ads cost. It really is.
It's no joke. I mean, I could be off with that number, but it's roughly around there. It's expensive.
What was your favorite part of the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer?
Keep it real with you, I'm not that excited about this show. Once again, just
why the action looks dope.
Yeah, so the only thing I enjoyed, like the first teaser we got, was that scene of Falcon. Oh no, I'm lying. There was a new one. So Falcon scenes seem to be they're looking good. They're getting a lot better. That helicopter scene. Then also towards the end of the trailer, there's a scene where Bucky falls off the side of like a 18-wheeler or something, and Falcon has to like fly underneath the trailers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? There's like 2 trucks on the road, and he flies underneath the bottom part of one of the trailers of the truck to get to Bucky.
I know you. Breaking up a little bit, so I'm not trying to. I don't know what you're trying to ask. Is the real question?
I'm breaking up.
Or it might be me breaking up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
me or $5 million?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Go away. Gosh, oh my goodness.
What?
That's crazy.
That is unreal.
Wow. So
how was it? Wow, Alexa told you that. Alexa told him that. That's hilarious.
See,
all right, so but why aren't you excited for the show?
Because I'm
like, very confused at that.
Their back and forth was not like entire show worthy to me at all. It was like a cute little scene they had in Civil War, and that was
okay. But you're trying to tell me that
like,
you're not excited.
No, you're
telling me that you're not excited because the comedy between the two isn't working or isn't there anymore. Like I don't think
they're gonna stretch that out way too much to the point of annoyance.
I mean, I don't know where you're coming from. I really don't. Like, I just genuinely disagree. I genuinely disagree with you. No, it doesn't make any sense.
It does. I've always been more on the mystic side of Marvel anyway, so WandaVision's been more up my alley regardless. Winter Soldier is like the only exception to that. I've always been more of a fan of Ill Life says it's you, Drizzle. I've always been more of a fan of like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, stuff like that, than I have more on Captain America's side of things. So, way to go. Drizzle, come back.
I have to change something. So why don't you tell tell a funny story or something?
I don't have any funny story.
What do you mean?
I don't have
Talk
any
about
funny
one.
story.
Actually, I was actually just going to talk about WandaVision and how it could tie into everything. So why don't we talk about God damn it! Why don't we talk about that reveal, the Evan Peters reveal?
Oh, you want to go over it again? All right, guys.
Yeah, but I'm just going to change something real quick, okay?
Yeah, you do your thing, guys. This is your fair warning right now. Spoilers galore. I'm assuming everybody saw it. If you did not see it, please get out now because I don't want to be the one to ruin things for you. So, episode 5 of WandaVision. Things got buck wild. You guys, if you could listen to our podcast, you know, like I said the other day, that this is getting to the point that it's like, it's so meta that like I'm getting confused, right? Like genuinely. Like when Evan Peters showed up and Darcy says that line, oh, she recasted Petra. And it really threw me for a loop to the point that like I don't even know what's going on anymore, right? Because we keep bouncing back and forth from Wanda, the show and the illusion that she's casting, and then you know the real world within the MCU, and then us, right? So it's getting really meta and through the roof, and I'm honestly and genuinely getting confused to the point that I don't even have my own theory. I ended up jumping on his boat. Excuse me. So Drizzle's theory is that our big cameo, Jesus, excuse me, that our big cameo will be a 3-way, right? It'll be Magneto, Professor X, and Doctor Strange. That'll be Michael Fassbender's Magneto and James McAvoy's Professor X. Now, according to him, I haven't seen Dark Phoenix yet, so I can only speak off what he told
Hold
me.
on.
In Dark Phoenix, Quicksilver and Professor X, you know, they make a bond, right? They get very close. They form a bond. And now that Evan Peters is now officially a part of the MCU, assuming that this is in fact actually Quicksilver, it's not like some illusion or whatever the case may be. Professor X is going to go looking for him, right? He's going to want to know where he is. He's going to want to know what's going on. So we're guessing. So we kind of like combined theories. I'm thinking that Doctor Strange already has knowledge of all this, right? The same way the Ancient One in Infinity War or Endgame, excuse me, already knew about all different types of timelines and patterns and things of that sort. I would imagine now that Doctor Strange is Sorcerer Supreme, he would also know about multiverse and things of that sort already. So I'm guessing now that Evan Peters comes in, assuming that he is in fact Quicksilver from the Fox universe, not some illusion, not some, you know, fairy dust magic, whatever, that Doctor Strange will go over, he will pull in Professor X, and I'm assuming Magneto is just going to kind of sneak his way in, right? Because he's curious. He wants to know what's going on with mutants on the other end. Oh, what's this? Magneto's just that type of guy, right? He's just gonna follow along. He's just gonna join, even though nobody invited him, right? He's a lot like myself. So we're thinking that's, and again, I stole his theory, but I'm gonna jump on board with it because I like it, and I think that's best case scenario. I would love to see it.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
Am I better now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I what I'm kind of hoping for is
I'm over here choking to death.
that,
Nope.
you know, I saw that. I kind of thought that, like he had just mentioned, that because Quicksilver now has disappeared from his own timeline, that Charles Xavier is connected to every mutant there is in the world, and he is going to notice that that his boy's gone, basically, right? Quicksilver's gone. He just disappeared, up and disappeared. So he's going to start looking around, or at least testing the waters on where he might have gone. And Doctor Strange on our side of things will also be doing the same thing. And he'll go looking. He'll find Xavier somehow, some way, and then he'll bring them here because he's going to figure out how OP Xavier is, and that, oh, look, he might be able to get into Wanda's head, right? And, one of his guys is on the inside anyway. So it kind of works out that way. So that's what I'm kind of thinking is going to happen, or at least that's going to be the big cameo. But I'm kind of wondering how Falcon, maybe if they tie together, like, could WandaVision tie to Falcon and Winter Soldier at all?
Well,
like,
do we have a
timeline?
Do we have a time frame for Falcon and Winter Soldier yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so yet.
I'm assuming, based off of how Marvel usually runs things, that they will be either at the same time or in the near relative same time, right? Like, they won't be, Falcon and Winter Soldier won't be 5 years from now while WandaVision's going on current time, or just before Far From Home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gavin also brings up a good point. He thinks that Charles and Eric might be Michael and James still, but they'll change some stuff, kind of like how they're going to change Jamie Foxx's Electro, like no longer being blue. How it, because now listen, guys, we don't have, just because we're bringing characters over from different universes doesn't mean that we necessarily have to bring the exact character, right? I don't. I think the reason for that being is we're already getting pretty meta, as you like to call it. So if you change the look of them maybe a little bit to more like a comic accurate, or a way to fit the MCU a little better.
Fox has zero problems. Like, if you notice from the time starting with First Class and ending in Dark Phoenix, again, I haven't seen Dark Phoenix, so I'll end it on Apocalypse. That was the last one I saw. Their like costume designs change drastically each movie, right? So Fox has no problems changing their looks and designs and whatnot, right? So Marvel can use that to their advantage. Oh, people are already used to that. We've seen Fox do that to these characters a million times over. So if we change the way they look, nobody's gonna like throw a riot and start lighting up the torches and pickaxes. You know what I mean?
Right. Because I mean, in First Class they had like the uniforms, right?
Yeah.
The X-Men,
old school X-Men uniforms.
They had the X-Men uniforms. It was, and then in Apocalypse, did they have the same uniforms or no? I can't remember.
No,
they didn't, right?
No, they started wearing those like black leotard kind of outfits.
Okay. Yeah.
Magneto had his more, actual outfit. Professor X was actually in a wheelchair and bald.
Right. And then in Dark Phoenix, they're all in their own kind of get-ups again. Mm-hmm. So what did Odd say here? Monica Rambeau says she texted an aerospace engineer who might be up for this challenge. What if that's Mr. Fantastic?
I saw that as well. Somebody said that in a YouTube video. I was thinking the same thing. I would like it. I mean, it could be a lot of people, though. She could just be referring to nobody,
Yeah. So who's in the comics? Who's an aerospace engineer?
I was gonna ask that because do you know him to be an aerospace engineer? Because I don't. Like, that's his like
Reed Richards.
Yeah.
I thought he was more of like a theoreticals, like something, but I don't know.
It would make sense, right?
Like I said, Marvel comics I read, but I read them like here and there, and like I picked and choose copies, and then DC Comics is like where I'm, well versed in, and that sense of the word. Marvel Comics were great, don't get me wrong, but they never held me like DC Comics did.
And I'm
Marvel
really well versed in heroes I like,
Yeah.
Fantastic Four's never really been my alley, so I'm not at all.
I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people out there that have read every single comic book ever.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think got the time for it.
Yeah. So if you guys in the comments know, so we got one vote for Reed Richards.
Yep.
Who else do we think or know is an aerospace engineer? I was kind of thinking it was Dr. Selvig from But that wouldn't make sense because Selvig was a Thor character. So
I mean, she could be
actually,
referring to Jane Foster.
I don't think Jane Foster was an aerospace engineer. I
Nor
think
do
she was
I, but
a.
I don't know these people's specialty. I just know they like sciencey people. You know.
Oh, so apparently that is the exact
Oh,
kind.
I mean, it
Wow.
makes
All right.
sense, right? Because wasn't that their whole thing in the first place? They were traveling in space, correct?
What?
Wasn't that the whole thing in the first place before when in their origin stories weren't they traveling through space at the time, right? So it
Who are
would
you
make
talking?
sense.
Oh, yeah.
That he's an
Yeah.
aerospace engineer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um. Okay. So did
Oh,
y'all
you
notice?
described it. Okay.
Did y'all notice Monica reaction when Captain Marvel was mentioned? Yeah, she did really get really defensive about it. So I don't know if she's got some gripe against it. Maybe because Captain Marvel didn't go see her mother, or never really came back after leaving. It could be something like that. Maybe she holds like this
Like a grudge.
like grudge, yeah, like a grudge against her for not being in their lives towards the end. You know, I don't know. She definitely got really defensive though. She was like, "Oh, we're not
Mom
talking
gets
about her."
Mom
I was like,
gets
"Whoa,
cancer. You're
Jesus."
supposedly her best friend, and like she was like for example, she was like her godmother, right? Mom gets cancer, and you're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that is rough. That is rough. So they said that WandaVision will have a Luke Skywalker level cameo though on who it is. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about, Andrew. We think that the Luke level, because let's face it, like there's not a lot of Luke level cameos that you could do that would have the same reaction as Luke, you know, absolutely destroying folks while he's walking through the craft, and he's just absolutely the dark troopers had no chance. Yeah, to get a cameo that is on par with that is going to be really tough for Marvel Studios, simply due to the fact that they don't have as much like history.
They don't have one single character in Marvel that holds as much weight as Luke does in Star Wars. Luke is Star Wars. You know, Marvel is a collection of characters. It's not just one character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I think they'll struggle most.
So Andrew still thinks it's Spider-Man though. And you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. His guess is it's still Toby's Spider-Man, since the show connects to Spider-Man. Listen, so this is what I'm thinking.
Well,
I'm thinking that WandaVision connects to Doctor Strange.
Yes,
Doctor Strange connects to Spider-Man.
Okay.
That's how they're all connected.
Yeah. That's
so I don't think it's necessarily connected exactly, but more or less by association it's connected. Because the multiverse is clearly opening as we like right now. Before next week's episode, I can probably officially say it right now that the multiverse seems to be open right now. Like it's happening right now, right? And that's gonna carry over into Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. So that's how it's connected in that way. I don't think it's connected in the way that they'll bring Toby. Toby has no really place in the story.
So my guess for Doctor Strange 2 is still Doctor Strange discovering that he can in fact open has access to the multiverse, etc., but does not know how to control it, right? Maybe it's a combination of him and Wanda put together, their powers put together, gives them access to the multiverse, whatever the case may be, right? But they can't control it, right? So people are just popping out left and right, shit wild, right? So in that scenario, right, say that's how WandaVision ends, right? A bunch of multiverse portals opening the same way in Endgame when he was opening portals. Instead, these are multiverse. Now we get a bunch of different characters popping out. I could see Toby popping out then, but if that's the case, everybody else is going to come with him, right? That's the last thing you see. A bunch of multiverse portals opening, a bunch of different characters jump out, boom, we go to black. You wait for Doctor Strange about a year and a half from now.
All right. So you think they're going to leave us on a sick cliffhanger?
Unlikely, but I'm just trying to figure out a way Toby could be even part of the cameo. You know what I mean? And that's the only scenario I can see where Toby or any Spider-Man is the cameo or even part of it.
All right, so if Toby and Andrew are in Spider-Man 3, how do we think that they will be introduced with the multiverse coming into play? How do you think, besides the one you just said, try to do something different. How do you think we could introduce them?
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna guess that if we do get a live action Spider-Verse, it's gonna be very similar to Into the Spider-Verse, right? So maybe we already know who they are. We might even get one of those Tobey Maguire narrated Spider-Man scenes, right? The same way they did in Into the Spider-Verse. They could do it like that, right? You do it in, individually. Oh, I got sucked through a portal, and the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm in a graveyard, or whatever the case may be. And then they all cross paths at some point. They come to find out this is not their universe. They see Tom Holland Spider-Man like on TV or something. They find out he's been exposed, so they go searching for him to kind of help him out.
Yeah. When you come here next time, can you bring your microphone with you?
Yeah.
All right, because I don't know what that noise is, if it's really bugging me. It's been happening for quite some time now, but I'm not talking about this stream. I'm talking in general. I did you drop it or anything?
No. Is it gone? Is that noise gone?
No, it happens like every time you talk. It like clicks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I don't know if it's just like the microphone or if it's your internet or if it's I don't know.
Quiet.
One sec.
Let me get closer to it.
Let me edit your mic setting to see what your levels are at. Talk now and see if he.
Wait, I can turn up my mic volume.
No, click the button that says automatically adjust mic volume.
Yeah,
Stop.
I just did.
Click the automatic. Yep, there you go. It'll automatically adjust it. Okay.
Yeah. It was pretty low.
What I think
that might have been the problem.
Yeah, so now the noise is gone.
Look at that. Magic.
That's so weird. Because it was low, it was making like a clicky noise. Now it's all of a sudden gone. All right, so it's not my, because I was getting worried about my microphone. I was like,
no, it just sits here.
I don't know what Jack's saying here. I have a cut. It's 90% done. It's real. It exists. Just some touch up needed. I think he might be talking about our cut.
I think he did a haircut. Did you do your own haircut, Jack? I don't take you as the barber type.
All right. What happened to Sword after WandaVision? I think Director Hayward is going to bite the dust. Yeah, listen, I kind of want that guy to bite the dust.
Yeah, I
hate
really
him.
it.
I hate that guy. I really do. I hate him.
We're essentially getting the same story we got in Kong Skull Island, right? It's the military, government people want to just use brutal force, and we're not here to make friends, and she's harming people, and she has victims, and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to point guns at her. But then the other side is like, oh, no, we have to be, I always call it like government versus hippies, right? The hippies want to, no, we got to leave the giant monkey alone, leave Wanda alone. She's not trying to hurt anybody. She's just grieving, right? The hippie kind of approach to it. And then the government, they're just guns ablazing. No, she has victims. We're gonna shoot her,
Yeah. Listen, I think he's a Skrull. I swear to God. I think Hayward is I really do. I swear I think he's a Skrull. He's got this weird,
gonna come back.
He's got this weird vibe about him. I just don't get it. Maybe it's because he has my same name. His name's Tyler. I'm like, dude, this guy's a Skrull.
Oh, no, this dude Anthony just said the same thing.
No way.
Yeah. It came after you said it, but
someone Someone timed that out. Did he say that exactly at the same time I did?
No.
A little bit after?
Yeah, I was watching the comments, but he was very well typing it when you said it. Like the thought was probably in his head.
I was gonna say, dude, I have a feeling that this dude's a scroll. I for some reason.
Yeah, but where does it end? Where does it end? How much are they going to introduce to us? How much are they going to give us? They've already introduced mutants, and now Mephisto is most likely going to play a part.
No. We're not going to find out he's a Skrull in this series. Like we'll find out in Secret Invasion.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
So
wait. Speaking of that, do we know what Secret Invasion is going to be yet?
No. We know that Ben Mendelsohn's in it, and we know that Nick Fury's in it.
Who's Ben Mendelsohn? I don't know who that is.
Ben Mendelsohn is the main Skrull.
Oh, okay.
He was in Captain Marvel.
Okay. Yep.
He's the guy with
the actor's name.
Yeah, he's got the guy with he's like a little lisp.
Yep. No, I remember who you're talking about. I just didn't know his name. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but
okay.
I mean that doesn't tell us much about the story. I think obviously it's gonna be a smaller version of Secret Invasion. But you said something that rang in my head for a while, or has been ringing, that because the MCU is not holding back on crossing over, or they're not separating Disney Plus and the movies like that. It's obviously different platforms, but the only thing that really differs Disney Plus from theatrical is the way that they want to tell the story. Do we want to tell this story in long form television style, or do we want to tell the story in a 2.5 hour movie? They don't care where it ends up as long as it's telling the story the right way. That means that just because the character is huge doesn't mean he won't end up on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you said that, it kind of clicked to me, because we're so used to like everyone, keeping their TV and their movies apart. But then it finally clicked to me that if they want to do an 8-part Secret Invasion show and just go all out with it.
Yeah, and that's preferable. That's what I want. That's what I want it to be.
Like they could just give us a banger show, like an event style show.
Absolutely, and that's what I was referring to the other day as well when I said, there's a solid chance we keep the X-Men on Disney Plus, we keep the Avengers in the movies, and we get our occasional we get our occasional crossovers, right? And I love the idea of it, because WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier are our first proof that they have zero problem of doing that and keeping big name characters on Disney Plus. I'm totally cool with it, because clearly we're getting quality on Disney Plus. I'm okay with it. And when it comes to Secret Invasion, I'm worried that it's gonna be a lot like Captain Marvel, right? And probably take place just after Captain Marvel. That's like worst case scenario, right? It's like that CGI'd Nick Fury once again, and it kind of takes place a little bit after Captain Marvel, the movie, like after she leaves. Like it's way before any Avengers assemble, anything like that. Like the time frame is like in between Captain Marvel and modern day, right? You know what I mean? That's like worst case scenario.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's possible. Like I you think that's possible that we've never heard about it before? We've never heard about this huge Skrull war from Nick Fury before?
Yeah, true. Yeah, but that's what I mean. But if they do it like that, it's not gonna be this.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
War.
I see what you're saying.
That's worst case scenario. That it's like Winter Soldier level where Hydra infiltrates Shield. Like, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not something that's like passed down in history and like textbooks and stuff. It's not the same as the blip. It's like, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not that crazy that we're talking about it all the time. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I feel they're gonna downplay it.
I hope not, because
I hope not.
Secret Invasion is such a good story that like
it really is.
You have one chance at it, right? And the MCU typically they won't, if they mess something up, for instance. Actually, no, that's not true. I was gonna say they typically don't mess something up and then go back and try to fix it, right? They just let it go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but the Mandarin, they're going back and they're gonna fix that.
Yeah.
They're redoing that. And
Oh my God.
that's another thing. I really did think we were gonna get a Shang-Chi trailer today, and we didn't.
Yeah. I know. See, I know. I was thinking we was gonna get something. I thought we were gonna get a. I tweeted at James Gunn, by the way, like just before the halftime show. I was like, "Listen, dude, it's not too late to give us a Suicide Squad trailer." Just saying, just saying. I would love to see that, but it did not happen. Unfortunately, we got a whole bunch of nothing. I was expecting at least like one of those HBO Max trailers where they have. Like it's it's not a trailer, it's just a mashup of just little tidbits of each movie. You know, I was expecting at least that.
Yeah, they pulled out. HBO Max pulled out of like Warner Max, and you know they pulled out of it like a week ago or so, or they made the announcement or something like that. I don't know.
Again, was good.
You're gonna have to read that there because I changed it. Do you think we'll see Maria Hill, Monica, Darcy, Jimmy Woo, and Secret Invasion show? I do. I think that okay, so guys.
Gavin agreed.
Yep. Guys, so check this out. You know how the Mandalorian, as of right now, we know that the Mandalorian, the Ahsoka show, and then what is it? What's the third one? Rangers of the New Republic. Those are all going to converge, and they're going to have an event after. Like they're all going to converge. They're all going to go. They're in the same fucking little bubble, and they're going to converge into one like single event. So I kind of think the Disney Plus shows, just like the movies, kind of each time it ends with like an Avengers thing. I think Disney Plus each season or of Disney Plus shows is going to like end in some sort of big event, and Secret Invasion might be that big event.
Okay, that's preferable.
Yeah.
But either way, but we still. So does that mean we only get to see our? I was gonna. Andrew, give me a second. I'll answer you. Does that mean we only get to see who we've seen on Disney Plus? Or are we gonna be able to get our Thors and our War Machines, etc., in this crossover event, this Secret Invasion kind of event?
Yeah. I mean, they have the War Machine show coming.
Yes. Yeah.
I like more people are getting shows than they are movies right now.
Yeah, because they're not movie worthy.
Yeah, so I think that in whatever form or fashion the Secret Invasion culmination goes, I think bringing a couple people from the movies in, that'll be easy. It's trying to get everyone that you have in shows and all that like lined up and scheduled perfectly, right? Because with the movies right now, we only have a limited run of movies. So Black Widow, Shang-Chi, The Eternals, which are already all filmed, right?
Yeah.
They're already mostly done.
You give it to me.
Yeah.
I know Black Widow's done.
Black Widow's been done for 5 years now, and we just haven't got it yet. And they refuse. They're gonna lock that in the vault Disney and and throw away the key pretty soon.
Yeah, it's starting to look that way.
You don't think the shows are going to set up a major movie event? I think that the shows are going to set up their own event, and I think that yes, some of the stuff on Disney Plus is definitely going to spill over into the movies. We already know that. ACS Universe. What is good, Anthony?
What up, yo?
Anthony, you still coming to chill on Wednesday? I even put you in the thumbnail already. So, you kind of have to now. But he is part of World's Finest Justice. Him and Wonder Meg do a show called World's Finest. He's part of other streams as well. But last time he stopped by, everyone was saying that, he should be on the show. He should be on the show. So then I just asked him to do it. So that was like a late addition. But I've always enjoyed Anthony, so I definitely look forward to talking to him. But what were we answering before that? Oh, so I think so. We already know that Ms. Marvel will, kind of change over, go to the movies. We already know that Rhodey and Rhodey and they're getting their own shows. They're obviously going to stay in the movies. So everything. So again, I want to say this like very clearly that just because the shows are on Disney Plus doesn't mean the events aren't also happening in the MCU timeline, right? So everything's closely knitted and closely weaved together. So anything that happens in the Disney Plus series, if say something like, and I'm saying as a reference, like say Shield had been taken over by Hydra in on Disney Plus. Yes, the next movie we saw, we'd probably get a reference to it or something happening. So yeah, I do think everything on Disney Plus, we're definitely going to be talking about what Wanda's doing right now sometime in the future on the movies.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we already know these things to be fact.
Right. Hey, remember that one time you took 150,000 people hostage? That's a fake number, but you know what I mean.
It's still, but yeah, we already know these things to be fact. With, like you said, Miss Marvel, it's already confirmed for fact that Captain Marvel will be a part of that, and that Miss Marvel will be a part of Captain Marvel 2. We already know WandaVision directly ties to Doctor Strange 2. We know these things are tying together. We already know that they spill into each other. I guess the question is, how are the big events going to work from here on out with Disney Plus shows now kind of, having their own place? And I guess it really just depends on where the show is at, what show is currently running at the time for our next big event, and where that show is at, if they're even available to be a part of said big event. You know what I mean?
So I think the big events are still going to be the big events. You're still going to, and I'm going to be real with you. I don't think we're going to get another Avengers movie for a while. No.
Nor do I.
I
it's
think
called Endgame.
I'm so the Avengers movies. You're gonna need time to rebuild the actual team, right? As of right now, at the end of Avengers, at the end of Avengers Endgame, every single person came, right? Every hero or anyone that could fight came. So, and then we lost a couple. So I think the team is very fractured.
Yeah, because everybody went their separate ways. Clearly, afterwards, Wanda went off and stole Vision's body. She's doing her thing over here. Falcon and Winter Soldier over here doing their thing. Everybody went their own ways. Peter went back to school, right? Everybody's doing their own thing. Nobody, without Cap or Iron Man, there's no structure. Though these two, and I think that's what they're getting at with this, is without Cap and without Iron Man, they were kind of the glue.
It feels like mom and dad are gone.
Yeah. Mom and dad are gone, and there's nobody holding us together, so everybody's just running buck wild, and they all go do their own thing because nobody gives a shit anymore.
And you know what? They're going to realize that.
I think that's where Peter comes in.
Yeah, so I think they're going to realize that they, when they're on their own, maybe they handle the individual villains, but someone's building in the background, right? Like they don't see Doom coming.
Dr. Doom.
Right? All right. Thank you, Anthony. I'm not going to put that one up there because whatever. But they're not, so they're by them all doing their own thing, by them kind of not paying attention to the big picture, the bigger picture, more or less focused on their own things. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still doing the right thing. They're taking on their villains. Besides WandaVision, she's just going crazy. She's just losing her mind.
She's just doing her thing over there. We don't really talk about Wanda anymore. She just we don't really talk about her anymore. So how are you guys doing?
Yeah. So by them not focusing, by the Avengers not really being together right now, some villain is building up in the background, and Doom is a perfect example.
Perfect fit. Somebody's gonna notice, and if anybody has that kind of plot, I think Marvel's biggest bads, it really boils down to that would do something that are like on that kind of scheming kind of level, right? That are like nefarious like that and kind of manipulative like that. I think it's Thanos and Dr. Doom. Thanos is gone, so Doom's up next, right? Kang, if you ask me, Kang's not going to get involved until somebody bothers him, till somebody steps on his territory, right? I don't think Kane cares until somebody gets on his turf, right? Doom is the only one I see him taking advantage of their misorganized, their discombobulated Avengers team right now. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Are we sure Wanda isn't being manipulated? I do think she is.
No, we're
I
not
think
sure
she
of that.
is.
Yeah, I do too.
I definitely think something's because it's far as of the way the show is going right now. It's way too easy to just think, okay, Wanda's doing it all, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the WandaVision show if all of a sudden at the end we're like, oh, guess what? It wasn't Wanda the whole time. It was Mephisto. He was really the puppet master and she was the puppet, but she became the assistant director. Like, you know what I mean? Like she was once a puppet, but she figured it out that she was a puppet, and then she started playing everyone else. So she's taking advantage of her situation right now, and I do think she might have made a deal with the devil. Unknowingly. Like, I don't think she know that she made a deal with the devil, but as we know, her kids are made, if they're going to keep it to the same source material, her kids are made from sourced shards of Mephisto's soul, and he uses the kids so he can come to Earth. And eventually he wants those kids back. Those kids are his. He wants them. And then, I mean, originally that's what makes her go crazy and do all this. But with the MCU, we kind of tweak things and change them to fit the storyline of what we're doing in the MCU. So that's okay. But I still think that Mephisto wants to come to Earth. And I still think that her getting pregnant wasn't just her in the show. I think she was really pregnant and those kids are real, and that she somehow made a deal with the devil. And, this Halloween episode that's coming out, I do think we might get our first glimpse or sighting of Mephisto. And then we can all breathe a little bit easier because he'll finally be here. I'm excited. I really am. WandaVision's a very good show. It's doing wonders for everybody. Everybody's talking about it. Everyone loves it. The only problem I have with it is the runtime. The runtime bothers me. Me too. I do not like 30-minute episodes, and I do not like when you give me a 45-minute episode, but you end it 15 minutes into with time left.
Yeah, so, no, that bothers me too. Because at the end of every episode, there's a damn near 10 minutes left.
Yeah, it's aggravating. So I'm interested to see how the Disney Plus shows tie into each other. I'm interested to see how Disney Plus shows tie into the main, MCU theatrical, and I'm interested to see how the theatrical plays back into the Disney Plus shows. I do think Kevin Feige is kind of knitting a quilt here so that no one's left out, nothing is untouched, and every stone is unturned. So in Feige we trust, right, guys? There's no other way to say it. There's no other way to say it.
That's right. And that's why those first two, even arguably three, episode 3 wasn't that great either. Those first 2 episodes, I wasn't too concerned. Yeah, I wasn't excited by them or anything, but I wasn't concerned that this show was going to end up being bad because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Marvel is yet to let me down.
Yeah. Yeah. So Marvel's kind of doing a good thing. Marvel's got their shit going together. So like I was saying earlier, a lot of you joined afterwards. So Zack Snyder has confirmed that the trailer, like I said before, that the trailer, it will debut on February 14th, 2021. So this weekend, at 9:14 Pacific time, 9:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 12:14 Eastern Time. The Snyder Cut is going to include roughly 150 minutes of unseen footage and 4 to 5 minutes of additional photography. A new score by Junkie XL is being used after Junkie was replaced with composer Danny Elfman when Whedon took over. So Zach shared a video, like a little short clip of Cyborg, or Vic Stone at the time, because he wasn't Cyborg yet, making a touchdown, like a last minute ditch. I had to take a screenshot of it because I didn't want to steal the video from his Twitter. So the caption here reads, on the goal line, trailer drops 2:14:21, 9:14 a.m. A little video here with the Junkie XL sound, the score on it. So head over and check that out while you can. We're really excited, but that's all the time that we do have for you today. I do have a couple things I want to talk to you guys about before we go. Let's get this off the screen. And I'll pull him off for now. Justice, don't leave yet. So, guys, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We have our continued month of February month-long guest spot. I said month, May, too many times there. So our month-long guest spot continues on Wednesday when Wonder Meg and possibly Anthony and possibly Nicotina. I haven't seen what he said to me yet, but definitely Wonder Meg will be joining us for Quick Tip this Wednesday. Then on Sunday, John Garza will be joining us on the podcast this Sunday, and we'll be doing a BVS Ultimate Edition breakdown. Justice will get his first ever watch through. This will be the first time he's ever watched the Ultimate Edition. You guys aren't going to want to miss his reactions. Garza, myself, and Mr. Jack, we're going to break the film shot for shot. Well, not shot for shot, but you know what I mean. We're going to do a watch party for BVS Ultimate Edition, and we're going to talk about it throughout, so that way Big Drip can get the picture of why this film means so much to us. This is not a show you're going to want to miss. Neither of them are. This week is going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be grand. So you're not going to want to tune in, okay? Okay. And then next week, we have Film Junkie and Chris Wong Swenson from Ping Pong Flicks joining us, and that's going to be a great week as well. We can't wait. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you become a patron of the Pop Culture Corner. Become a patron. You're going to get everything. You're going to get 10% off merch at all times. No matter how many orders you make, you'll get 10% off each at our official store, which the link is in the description. You'll also get a free yearly gift. You will receive one stream per month that you can join that doesn't have a guest on it. And then once we reach 10 patrons, we'll start doing exclusive streams. After that, we're going to decide, on a couple other that we'll give everybody that is a patron. So you can buy it for 99 cents, $4.99 or $9.99, depending on how much you're willing to spend right now. After the pandemic ends, we'll switch it to one price, but we know that a lot of people are struggling. Also, if you can, my doggy's surgery is tomorrow. However, we haven't reached the full amount yet. We have enough to do the down payment. The link is in the description. If you can donate, please donate. If you can't donate, please share. We're so close to the goal that it hurts. It hurts. I'm kind of like Cyborg in that picture, right? Reaching for the goal line. So if you guys can please help me out with that. I have to have my doggy at the hospital in 5 hours, but I sit here and I do it for you. We do it for the culture. Guys, I love you so much. I will see you next time.